Hello and welcome back to this fun special episode of What is K-Pop Podcast, in which we talk all things K-pop. Kind of. Today, sort of, we are talking about XG, which I'm sure you're like, of course. Absolutely, we are going to be talking about this situation and kind of just well, I don't know how to kind of say it other than not my opinion, because my opinion doesn't matter, but I did that thing, but rather instead like what some opinions might be and how it doesn't really matter in that, they can be similar to other situations. Like, is that good? Is that okay? Yeah. So apparently, I'm just gonna say this now. Not apparently, it is what it says on, like, I guess, like a message board thing, that in English, Cocona is comfortable with they, them, he, him pronouns. So if I do end up saying she, her, I am very sorry. It is just so natural for me to say these things. Like, I have tried so hard to, like, when I've been talking about it, to directly say they, like this past day when I've been talking about it with my parents. But if she, her does come out, it isn't me like disrespecting their choices, his choices. It's just automatic, So if it does come out, I'm very sorry. Cocona, if you are listening, hi! This is so cool. I hope you can understand me. I do know that my accent can be confusing. By the way, love those pictures. Holy fucking shit. Like, love that. Like, slay. King. We love that. So, the post. Dun dun dun. So, end quote. Hi, this is Cocona. Today I turned 20. As I reach this new chapter in my life, I want to share something that's been in my heart for a long time. I am AFAB, transmasculine non-binary. Earlier this year, I had top surgery. I was born and perceived as female, but that label never represented who I truly am. I live in a way that feels more masculine and true to who I am. The hardest thing I've ever faced was accepting and embracing myself, but as I slowly began to do that, I was able to open a new door. That moment changed the way I see and understand the world, and it gave me courage and strength to grow. Now I can finally say there's nothing wrong with who I am inside. I was only able to come this far because of the people who listened and stood by me. My members, Summon-san, and my parents. I'm truly grateful for this path and for every miracle that brought us together. This message turned out to be a bit long, but I just want to say thank you for walking beside me and supporting me all this way. I'm so excited for the future and will continue to create together with XG and XGarlex. May these words gently light a spark in someone's heart, and to anyone who needs it, may my love reach them, all of them. With love always. And also, Durin took the pictures, and she said the makeup shit. Like, yes, Cocona, so cool, but Chisa and Durin's like snap, like they should like be like praised for the pictures and the makeup. Like, cool. Like, no, like obviously it's like it's important. Cocona's like message and stuff, and I really appreciate that he could like share that with the fans. I don't alphas, yeah. I couldn't remember their fandom name for a second there, but yeah, I really appreciate that he felt comfortable enough to say that. But then also the photos, so cool, and the makeup, unreal. And someone I've already seen a homophobic comment. Her rap is still badass and that matters. His or their, not her. I won't say that. Opened. Yep. Another one. Never. Oh, yep. No. So many. Yeah. Okay. That's. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Love that. Joking. Yeah. So I'll be honest. I did actually have to search what transmasculine non-binary means, and even then, I'm still confused. But all I know, and all that I need to talk about it on here, is that Cocona goes by he, him, or they, and that Chisa and Jiren are amazing photographers and makeup artists, and that there isn't anything to be like upset about. I don't know. Don't know like why people are upset about this. So we're gonna just masculine, non-binary. Yeah, there we go. Transmasculine, sometimes abbreviated to transmasc, is an umbrella term that describes a transgender person, generally but not exclusively, who is assigned female at birth and whose gender is masculine and/or who expresses them in a masculine way. Okay, dokie, that comes from the non-binary wiki. So if that is a good source, then snap snap. And if not, then I do apologize. I don't know. I'm extremely new to this. Can you tell? Like I don't know what kind of like sexuality I am. All I know is that I'm not straight and I'm just here. I don't have well, like I know I've said that I'm like I'm asexual, but I don't know. I don't feel like I need to give you a name for what I'm feeling, and I don't care that people like Cocona, Bane, Lara, Megan, Girly Pop, who's an entertainer who came out like in the thousands. Like, I'm pleased that they feel like they can. Like, I'm pleased that they feel comfort in like saying exactly what they are in a label. I just don't think that's like what I want at this moment in time. But I am pleased that Cocona felt like he could say that he is transmasculine, non-binary. But yeah, no, I was talking to people within my life about this, and one of them did get kind of upset about the idea of Cocona having had top surgery because they had cancer. Like, this was back in the 1990s, and treatments and stuff for cancer has gotten a lot better, but they ended up having a mastectomy, which is what Cocona had, which basically is like removing breast tissue. And she didn't have that choice. Like, that person in my life, they didn't have that choice. And so when I was talking about it, she was like, "Oh, well, I actually think it's really disrespectful that you would willingly have your breast tissue cut off." And I was like, yeah, no, I do understand that, but it's gender reaffirming surgery. It's kind of, it's not obviously the same, but it's similar in some ways of like, if you don't feel comfortable with your own like ass or your boobs, you get a boob job. You get like a Brazilian butt lift, or you go in and get a boob job. Like, it's similar in the sense of that you're having your body modified in a way that it then doesn't look the same as it did before. So isn't that disrespectful to your parents because you are changing the way that they're changing the body that they gave you? Like, it is in a sense similar because it's a similar sort of surgery. Like, she had to have no, I don't want Grok to analyze the post. I'm not stupid. Sorry. Like, it doesn't, at the end of the day, matter if Cocona wants, like, his breast tissue removed. Like, I don't care. Like, to me, like, I was even talking to my sister about it, and she was like, okay. Like, she saw the post, and she was like, alright. Like, cool, whatever. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. Like it to me, it's like, oh cool. And to my sister it's like, okay. Like, yeah, it's nice that like he felt like he could tell us, it isn't for me and like in my own world, it isn't that big of a deal. Like, yeah, it's cool that another person has felt comfortable enough to come out, but it isn't like groundbreaking, because I don't think it should be. I don't think that people should have to come out. Like, it should just be accepted that, someone might not be straight. Like, they might not feel comfortable in their body and they might not want to date the opposite gender. Like, why should we have to come out? Not as like a disrespect to anyone who has come out, but why are we in a society where coming out is the necessary thing for us to do? I don't know. Yeah. The comments on like the actual XG post were so nice. Like, Alexa, who now goes by her Korean name Seri, is it? I don't know. She commented. Bane from Just Be commented. I think Lara did too. And they were all really, really nice and really supportive. And yeah, when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I know I need to talk about it on the podcast. Like, should I wait for a clarifier on pronouns or should I just go they, them? And I asked my parents about it, and they just said, like, go with they, them until clarification, like, happens. So that is kind of what I did, and then I saw the post obviously saying about they, them, he, him. Yeah, no, that was kind of what most of what like we thought about, I talked about. But yeah, no, it shocks me that people kind of still have like such, how should I phrase this, like such differing opinions when it comes to gender reaffirming surgery, when like surgeries do just happen. Like there's a condition that men get, I think, no, I think it is just men, where they end up producing more breast tissue, like their breasts begin to grow and stuff, and they can get mastectomy surgeries. But if a woman, trans masculine person, does it to look more like a man, that's hated because they were technically a woman before. I'm like, yeah, but women get mastectomies quite frequently and breast surgeries. So why is it okay for people men, like like assigned male at birth, I mean, why are they allowed to have unwanted breast tissue removed? Why are women allowed to augment their boobs, but when a female signed at birth person wants to get breast tissue removed to look more like what they feel in their head, why is it wrong for them to have that removed? I don't get it. Please clarify to me in the most basic of terms why that's not okay, and you're not allowed to say it in a religious sense, like God created all of us and he never makes mistakes. Because why am I autistic then? Like, give us the if you're gonna go religious, give us the clarification. Like, why am I autistic and asexual then? If God doesn't make any mistakes, then why am I a Christian and have all these problems? Like, why does it matter to people what others choose to do with their bodies? It's like the whole pro-choice thing. Like, it can mean for any situation, like ever. Like, you know, when you have like 5 bouts of tonsillitis in a single year, you can get a tonsillectomy. But you don't have to. Like, it won't affect, like, it can affect your quality of life if you don't get those surgeries. So people do it. But then having gender reaffirming surgery can affect someone's quality of life. But then you have to get like therapy to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. I'm like, what? Why? it's like with hysterectomies, which is when you get like you can have like lots of different sorts of hysterectomies, but the most common is the type where you get all but your like eggs and fallopian tubes removed, right? And like if someone goes ahead and gets bottom surgery, which is what it's called, like you have to go get therapy for that. And I don't get why you have to have therapy for that, because first of all, not everyone wants kids. Not everyone can have kids. And if you don't want kids and you don't feel like you're in the right body, then why do you then have to go and get therapy to make sure that you want to have a hysterectomy? Like with people who have like I've forgotten the bloody name now. Not PCOS, like it can be PCOS, endometriosis. Like they can have an elective hysterectomy, which is actually what my mum had because she suffered so much with her periods, and so does my sister. Like my mum had it done, so then she wouldn't have to suffer anymore because like the tissue like grows in weird places. It's very complicated. Just it's better to just search it up than me trying to explain it. But like you can elect to have that surgery. Not everyone who has endometriosis ends up having surgery. They just have different sorts of treatments. To be fair, most of them do end up having it because it's awful. And like PCOS, like you end up having surgeries anyway to help that sort of stuff. Like why are they allowed to have it and people who don't feel like they're in the right body can't? That is strange. Like, it's a diagnosable medical condition, like endometriosis, and the treatment is a hysterectomy. But, like, gender dysphoria is, like, somehow this mythical creature that people don't get because, like, some doctors, they are, like, religious, or the religious types of people, they get involved and they're like, oh, but God, or all these religious figures, they don't make any mistakes. And I'm like, have you been in a hospital? Like, what? Like, if God doesn't make any sense and make any mistakes, then why am I autistic? Why do I have asthma? Why was I born like 7 weeks early? Like, what? Come off of it. And like, it's just so strange, like how much people are getting in a tizzy. Like, why does it matter? Like, why does any of this matter? Like, Cocona came out. Cool. We support you. Like, honestly, I'm not a fan of XG that much. Like, I don't listen to their music that often. But I find their outfits like so cool. And when Cocona like first shaved his head for Woke Up, I was just like, that's really cool. And when they did like, was it American? Yeah, I think it was American Sign Language for Girl Gang, was it? I thought that was so cool. And when they changed like their concept after the like two first songs for like for like Shooting Star and whichever one was afterwards, I can't remember his name. I was just like, oh, that's cool. Like it doesn't really even clock with me anymore with these things. I'm just like, oh, okay, moving on. It's not that like I don't care. It's just that why should it matter this much? Like, we love you, we support you. Move on. Like, okay, let's carry on with. It's not meant to be harsh. It's meant to be more of like a. This is happened. You've told us. We are proud of you for telling us. You have our support. And we carry on making music. We carry on with this group. Like it does not matter what happens now. You know? But yeah, before we wrap up for today, my other question, and this is more to do with XG itself, like, are they okay. Are they still a girl group? I just saw, yeah, so XG rebrands the group from Extraordinary Girls to Extraordinary Group. Yeah, I was kind of a bit confused. I was like, are they still considered a girl group? I'm going to assume that it is just a group. It's like a co-ed group, maybe? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm I'm a bit lost. I'm just here and I'm like, okay. Like, I'm here. Yeah. Oh, so Simon is their executive producer. I was really confused. I was like, who's Simon? But yeah, so I think kind of what I will say moving on with, like, obviously I want to do an episode on their music. I find their music so cool that I won't change like anything that I've said in the episode before. And like, I don't know if I've put like a comment, like if I've written anything in description. I don't even know if I have an episode next year actually. But moving on, they'll be known as just a Japanese group based in South Korea. And like, they won't be known as like a formally girl group because, well, no, that's silly. That is silly goose time. Like, no, it's chill. They are just a group. I don't know. Also, if there are any comments, any nasty comments, then I'm not gonna I'm not gonna remove them. You can be shamed. I'm not changing anything. I'm not getting rid of it at all. Like, if you want to say that, you can say it. I'm not gonna take away any of the comments, you know. I'm not doing it. No, you can have the comments stay up there, you know. I'm not changing it at all. So yeah. So they're not a girl group. They are a group. They are a group of amazing humans. That's what I might call it now. I might have like a playlist of groups that are just amazing that I find so cool. So them obviously just be 80s, 17, Stray Kids, Eyelet, Le Seraphim, Kickflip. I do find them cool too. Idol, I should say actually. Gravity. We'll just have a playlist of groups that we find cool. Okay. So yeah, that is XG Cocona stuff. Talking about how it just does not matter, like, if you want to have surgeries, because at the end of the day, it's your body, your choice, it's your life. You only get one of these. It isn't a test run. All very awkward around here. So cringy. But really, truly, you only get one shot at all of this, and if you want to have surgeries, then do them, you know. Did you know though that if you put on weight, actually, if you do have the boobs, if you put on weight, they actually grow. I found that out. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that. Yeah, if you wanted to know that. And if you work out as like I don't want to say male, I guess so. If you work out and if you don't have boob, you know what I'm talking about. I'm getting awkward. I'm getting tired of trying to remember the words. The remember when you weren't assigned female at birth and you don't have like tissue boobs, you have muscle breasts. If you work them out, you can get man titties. Be a part of the big titty committee. I feel like I've lost my mind. I want to go make my lunch. It's 20 to 12 and lunchtime is 12 because I have very little in life to be excited about when I'm not doing stuff throughout the day. That's not really lame. But yeah, thank you as always for listening. And I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye.